What the hell am I looking at? So that was basically just a Photoshop of Kanye West using the Marvel's cinematic universe, the Captain America Civil War, where was the team Captain America versus Team Iron Man. You know, basically Family Feud. You know, they make it up. You know. So Kanye West basically photoshopped his head on head of him, Drake, Travis Scott, and yeah. And basically when he was with Joey Fox, but now they're split again. So and versus Pete Davidson, Kim Kardashian, Kid Cudi, and Billie Eilish and Taylor Swift. So to explain it, basically. The reason why something like this would happen is, of course, Pete Davidson, because you know, he's basically currently dating his ex-wife, and although he wants Kim Kardashian back, and yeah, and he really obsessed about it, and Kim for splitting. Kid Cudi, because Kid Cudi is has connection with Pete Davidson. So Billie Eilish, because at a recent concert, one of the concert goers at a recent Billie Eilish concert, the concert goer had trouble breathing. So Billie had someone give an inhaler for to that person who had trouble breathing. Although technically that inhalers are prescribed by doctors, as some people pointed out. But yeah, she does really care about her fans, and you know. And previously she did something like this, where she gave someone would dry and you know, they were thirsty, and she gave her own water bottle to the person, and she asked her other fellow concert goers that can I do anything else for you, and yeah, she was acting helpful towards her fellow concert goers, and you know, and she's on the list of one of those you know, people, singers, who really do care about concert goer fans. And she did diss Travis Scott for not doing anything at the Astroworld concert, which turned into you know, several people actually died because of Travis Scott encouraged Stampede, and of course Taylor Swift, because yeah, and of course Taylor Swift is still mad at him, at Kanye, for when Taylor Swift won that award show, and basically Kanye West congratulated her for winning the award, but he said seconds later that Beyonce is the greatest of all time, and that Beyonce should have deserved that award. So Taylor Swift, she was crying, and Beyonce, yeah, she was like, oh my God, she was embarrassed that Kanye had to say such a rude thing to a person who just, you know, was worth, you know, deserved to get an award, and you know. And of course, there's a really low chance that Kim Kardashian would actually consider going back as a wife to Kanye West, because yeah, recently on some hip hop song by some hip hop artist with which Kanye West is on, and also Alicia Keys. Kanye disses Kim and Pete Davidson. So yeah, that's not happening. And even a truckload, a pickup truckload of red roses to Kim Kardashian at the Valentine's Day gift this Monday. And comparing Kanye West to Pete Davidson. Yeah. Kanye hasn't been too good lately, even though with the Donda album, which people haven't found wasn't too appealing, about his behavior and and the fact that he admitted he is targeting and slandering Kim and Pete. Well, mainly Pete. Well, Pete Davidson, he's trying to be chill and stuff, and if you guys actually are actually a fan of Pete Davidson, you'll remember his breakup with Ariana Grande, and as on an interview on Hot Ones, the interview show where the host Sean Evans interviews people like celebrities, singers, sports people, or chefs, or or fans, or and they get asked questions just about anything, and there was one part of the interview when they explained that Graham where since Pete Davidson, he had deleted all his social media accounts after his breakup with Ariana Grande, because people were keeping tabs on him and like, oh, how's Pete doing after his breakup with Ariana Grande, and after that breakup, Pete tried to dress more casual and not try to dress too fancy, and just continued his regular stuff. And he said paparazzi was like onto him, like following him wherever he goes, and even outside the house where he lives, also with his mom, because in New York State. And even that incident where he mentioned that where his mom was like leaving for work early in the morning, and the people like paparazzi was right outside, and they were snapping photos, and they got the wrong person. They got the photos of his mom instead. So, and he also mentions that how millennials these days, they say want to help people, but they have no background information on just about anything. And how social media, if you don't use social media, it can have a good influence about your brain, and so since Pete doesn't have social media, there's no way direct way Kanye West could target and slander Pete that way, and and Kanye did send a few text messages at Pete. Do not get in the way of my kids. And Pete, being the chill guy he is, even on when he was on Hot Ones, being pretty casual, then agreed that he will not get in the way of Kanye and Kim's kids, because technically they're not his kids, and you would never do such a thing. And even if he even chose to marry him, technically still not his kids, so, you know. Although it really gives trouble for him because Kim Kardashian, yeah, she has social media, he doesn't, and you can see where this problem is going. Also, the bad influence for their kids. Due to crazy Kanye and reality TV show Kim K. No, this is just like one of the most crazy things that are going on right now, and you know. And as much as Kanye tries to paint Pete as the villain, well, we can really see who's the one with the problem right now, and Pete does really have a point about what social media will do to you, and people even agreed when you're on the hot ones about the millennial thing, yeah. As to be honest, even though this is like celebrity drama, like some people, like even in a real life, you know, some people really need to understand you gotta chill down and like chillax, and don't try to make it all like too much of a big deal, because you know, even their relationships, they do this all the time, and like whether they're famous or maybe just like regular people, you know. And usually with the breakup in general, yeah, people normally do not go back to like who they were used to date, and you know, it's a general thing.